Bienvenidos and welcome to Viajes Templarios. Be sure to click like and subscribe, and welcome to beautiful Cartagena, Colombia. Cartagena is a lovely tourist destination on the coast of on the Gulf Coast of Colombia in the northwest corner. It is a sight to see. It is beautiful. The beauty of this city is remarkable. It's hard to touch anywhere in the world. It's a very special place. However, I will warn you, Cartagena has a seedy side too, and we'll talk about that later in this episode. There's some very peculiar things you need to be aware of to be safe in Cartagena. Behind me you can see off in the distance the beautiful Boca Grande. That is often the new modern high-rise resorts. And then we are located here in the old city. Behind me you can see the old city. There we go. And we are currently at the Café del Mar. Café del Mar is a lovely, lovely restaurant that is located on the, I guess that would be the eastern, the northwest corner, southwest corner of the wall that surrounds the ancient city. So it's the southwest corner of the wall, Café del Mar. It sits on the point of a former fortress that protected, you can see the cannons here. It protected the city from pirates. You'll see later in the episode, tomorrow we'll go out on a pirate ship on a great excursion and share that excursion with you. We'll talk about El Centro and the history. We'll talk about the arts district of Hesamani, the great coffee, the salsa, the nightlife. Cartagena is a party place. It's a place to be. The beaches here are not the best in the world, and they're not even the best in Colombia. But this is the destination. There's no question that if you make it all the way to Colombia, at least try to get a 3 or 4 day weekend spent in Cartagena. If you want to beat the crowds, maybe try to come during the week because it gets quite busy. In fact, it's one of the most visited places in Colombia for the paisas, for the Colombian people, not just foreign visitors. It's also a cruise ship destination, so because of all of these reasons, you're going to find some of the prices to be a little steep. From Colombia standards, not by European or US standards. So, I strongly encourage you to come visit Café del Mar and Cartagena, and like and subscribe, and we are going to answer all your questions and talk much more detail about Cartagena, its history, and the beautiful sights, sounds, smells, and even a few of the dark things you need to be aware of, only for your personal safety and comfort. Understand that you will be confronted constantly from the moment you get off the plane until the moment you get back on the plane by people wanting money. Cartagena is the most expensive place in Colombia, and the people who live here are starving. They can't afford to live here. So because of this, you're going to be constantly kind of meringued a little bit in an effort for them to make a living. And there's some great deals to be had as well. If you want to live a 5-star life or a 1-star hostel backpacker, there's something for everyone in Cartagena. Ciao. Once again, we found ourselves in Cartagena in the artistic district. It's a little bohemian, kind of very artistic neighborhood known as Etzamani. Etzamani was not a very good neighborhood as recently as about 12 years ago. However, today it's gorgeous, and you'll see plenty of bright colored buildings, flowers, hanging parasols and decorations in the streets. You look at the beautiful graffiti everywhere. Take a look at that building right behind me there. Just gorgeous. And so I'm in the plaza next to the one of the many churches in Cartagena. But this one is the primary iglesia for Etzamani. Just had a wonderful lunch in one of my favorite restaurants. I will strongly recommend you try it out if you come. It's called Maria Bonita. Maria Bonita. It's an actual, they serve Mexican cuisine. I should caution you, Colombian food is never spicy, and even if you have Mexican food, it's going to be a little bit on the mild side. But the flavors are excellent. The bartenders are great there. It's a fun little cantina, quiet little hole, great spot for lunch, an excellent spot for lunch. So make sure when you come to Cartagena, you need to see Etzamani. You need to spend some time in there. Now, the best time probably is during the daytime to see the art stores, to have a lunch or a breakfast. The light changes throughout the day, so the colors of the walls will be more vibrant and kind of vary throughout the day. Etzamani is also known for one of the most famous salsa bars in the entire planet. It's called Cafe Havana. It's in the center of Etzamani, and it doesn't open till like 9-10 o'clock at night. There is a cover charge for men, never for the beautiful women, always for the men. And so you will pay a cover charge at most clubs. It's the way it's designed, right? They bring the beautiful women in for free to bring the men to the bars. The men pay the cover charge, and then see how your night goes from there. A warning about Etzamani in the evening time, especially late at night. Watch your alcohol consumption, and be careful about alcohol consumption in Etzamani. It's pretty relatively safe place, but there's some pretty seedy characters here that are just waiting to, lift your wallet or take advantage of you. And of course, late at night, the chicas come out to work the men. It's Cartagena. It's the way that it is. Putting those things aside, we won't encourage those things on this channel. But if you need more information about safety or different types of tourism in Colombia, please comment below, get in touch with me, click link and subscribe, and be sure to visit gorgeous Etzamani. Today we even were able to do some personal painting ourselves. So if you're interested in excursions like wine tasting, coffee tasting, chocolate tours, maybe going to the different forts and seeing the fortresses around. Maybe you want to see the culture, the Catholic culture that permeates this beautiful country. We can help you with that. Whatever your flavor might be, Viajes Templarios is here to help you, and that is our goal, is to get more English speakers down to this gorgeous country to understand the ways of the world in this beautiful part of the world, and understand a little Spanish will go a very long way. Okay? Just a little bit of Spanish will go a very long way. But we understand that it's very challenging for some English speakers who are intimidated by the lack of English in a It's a former third world country that has risks and dangers, and that's what we're here for, is to tell you all the wonderful things. So we're going to shoot some shots of the beautiful flowers, shops, tiendas, the bars, the restaurants, the churches, everything, and share them all with you on this video. And we hope that you will definitely venture to Cartagena. Ciao. limited version.
Es un capitán.
Soy capitán.
Mr. Capitán.
Sí, mi pilota. Parque. El roja marque, el verde marque. Buenos dias, bienvenidos a Cartagena. We're in Cartagena. This is the Carrera Siete, or Carrera 7. This is one of the main streets in Cartagena for entertainment district. There's many beautiful hotels, dining, both fine dining and casual. See? And you'll see, many will do later, is beautiful street.
¿Cómo estás? Hola. Loro.
Bienvenidos and welcome to Viajes Templarios. And today we find ourselves in beautiful Cartagena, Colombia. You can see behind me the beautiful city. The Boca Grande is the great beach. Over here we'll see the old walled city in the background, maybe you can see that, which we've taken you to many of these places. So I wanted to take a couple minutes from this monastery to tell you more about the city of Cartagena and the different sites and tours that you can enjoy. Earlier today we went to the National Aviary. I would strongly recommend that tour as well. If you like birds and beautiful nature, the aviary is fantastic. One of the best I've seen. When visiting Cartagena, there's different things you can. There's something for everyone in Cartagena. You have beach, you have shopping, you have restaurants and fine wine and dining. You also have cheap eats and street food and great fresh juices. The people are fabulous. Just a little bit of everything. So whether you want to stay at a 5-star hotel, it's there. If you want to stay cheap in a hostel with a backpack, it's there. It's all here for you in Cartagena. But with the good also comes the bad. There are some downsides when you visit Cartagena. You will often be approached a lot. There are many. Cartagena is possibly the most expensive place in all of Colombia, and so the people who live here have very little money. It's too expensive for them, and their only way to make a living is through selling small trinkets, items, souvenirs, and sometimes just outright begging. And so you will be approached a lot in Cartagena. If this is a problem for you, you might want to reconsider and maybe look in some other areas. But if you're a savvy traveler and you're used to that kind of high pressure approaching the foreigner for money, and you learn to be savvy and polite, you put that aside, it's very beautiful. Many parts of Cartagena, like in the El Centro Historic District in Boca Grande, they're very safe, and even at night are fairly safe. Getsemani, most of it is pretty safe. There are some sketchy areas, so if you use good traveler sense, and we can help you out with those, there are many of safe and beautiful areas to visit in Cartagena. Like I said, the number one disadvantage you will run into is you will be approached a lot for money. But there's also some gorgeous churches. You have the Santuario San Pedro Claver, which is a beautiful church. You have the old original cathedral, which is often, both of those spires are the iconic symbols of the city. You can see it help the sailors in the ancient days to know when they were approaching in the historic years. They knew they were in Cartagena. They could tell by seeing those spires of the cathedral. There's also many fortresses around and near the city because it was often subject to attack, especially once they found so much gold. There was a lot of gold and emeralds discovered in Colombia by the first conquistadors, and this provided, once the word got out, I guess you would say, it became the hot spot. And they had to create fortresses to defend all of this. And we'll show you later in the video a couple of those fortresses. And San Felipe is the primary. It's one of the largest forts in all of South America. And yesterday we visited Boca Chica. I'll show you that also in the video. So welcome to Cartagena. It is a beautiful location. It is hot, it is humid, and there's beach to cool off, but there are so many different things to do and see, and we're going to recommend many of those to you. Don't forget to click like and subscribe. and welcome to this beautiful coffee shop in Cartagena, which is called Abaco Libros y Café. It's basically, you can look at it either way you want. It's a coffee shop that sells books, or a bookstore that sells coffee. But it's beautiful, it's lovely. It's in the heart of El Centro, the historic district of Cartagena de Indias. And they have a few English books, but obviously the majority of the books are in Spanish. But it's a lovely bookstore, lots of variety. You can see here just lots and lots and lots of books. They have a lovely cup of coffee. I strongly recommend. When you come to Cartagena, got an hour or so to kill, stop into Abaco Libros. It's a lovely, lovely little shop. Even if you just stare at the books or browse through, whether you're an avid reader or not, enjoy a cup of coffee, look around. There's also some wonderful picture books, like coffee table style books about Colombia, about Cartagena, and nice air conditioning, get out of that humidity. It's a lovely spot. So be sure to check this out the next time you come, or the first time you come, whenever you come to Cartagena. Get a cup of coffee in Abaco Libros y Café.